What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Monday. Happy Monday. Sorry for the delay, everyone, but we have a very important co-host to end the Fran and Friends journey. Co-host today, Brooks and Grace and Nader. Guys, I am so excited you're both here.
We are over the moon thrilled, and I'm also shaking and sweating and terrified because she's here. But
oh my God.
Well, vice versa. But
do you find it safer when you can control everything on your own, or do you think like Grace Ann's going to put you on blast?
She definitely finds it safer when she controls
She's
everything.
going to answer all the questions for me.
Why
am I even here?
I think I'm the one that she can't control, and that's why I'm a bit of a wild card, and I make you sweat a little bit.
Yeah.
Shaking in
Do
your
you think
boots,
the
I can tell.
Do you think the other sisters listen to you more?
They fall a little more in line when mommy says something, they do it. This one marches to the beat of her own drum.
There you go.
Yeah.
And it's a crazy beat.
There you
that
go.
She marches to.
Well, I'm fired up because one, you have been on the show a few times. The first time you came on, we were in our old little teeny studio. Grace Ann was on the couch. Went viral for telling an absolutely insane story about Grace Ann. She wasn't even on camera. Now she is.
I went back to college and just was absolutely roasted by everyone.
There you go.
Was great.
Why do we need to reiterate for those who didn't see the episode?
Yeah, it was a little Uzi, cured my yeast infection.
She had a yeast infection cured by Lil Uzi.
Yeah, exactly.
Iconic moment there.
Dr. Ooze.
Dr. Uzi.
To this day, we still call him Dr. Ooze.
Dr. Uzi Vert. So good. And then the next time you came in, you were here with Camille Kostick.
Yep.
And there was potential nip slips for maybe the entire
The whole episode was an OnlyFans video, basically.
I mean, what's new?
Yeah.
And it was the funniest thing ever because this room, we are all girls except for Noah, our producer. And I kept being like, oh my God, Noah, like, and Brooks was like, Noah, just edit it. If you see like my nip come out,
Poor
just
Noah.
blur it.
Why are you doing that to him? The blurred line's going off and on, off and on.
Yeah, right. He's like,
sorry, Noah.
hard
Extra
job.
editing tonight.
Hard job. Somebody's got to
do
do it.
Easy as it looks.
Honestly, I was like, it's fine. I'm so fine with a little nip slip.
We
never
know.
hurt nobody.
No. Somebody. And now you're my example, which is so funny because anytime a guest comes in that is like, we had somebody last week who is on Bravo, and she was in a amazing jumpsuit, but it was strapless, like just not even strapless. It had straps, and it kept kind of slipping a little bit. She's like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry." And I was like, "Don't worry, you're not our first."
We should frame it. We should frame it in the office so that it's kind of like this is the
should.
parameter, and we'll blur you, and it's
exactly. We're like, "This is not your first."
Good,
but guys,
I love it.
I'm so excited you're here. You are all over. I feel like you're traveling. You're at every event. You're at every party. How is life going for you guys right now?
Well, I guess since I'm a co-host, do you want to kick things off?
Yeah.
How is life going for
My
you,
life's
girl?
going great. I mean, couldn't be happier.
Complaints.
No
Never has a
complaints over
complaint.
here. Living
Why
in
is
Soho
that?
with all my
Yeah.
sisters. We're filming our reality show, which is the most fun project I've ever worked on ever.
The only
and
project you've
probably
ever worked
ever will.
in entertainment, but yeah, okay.
And yeah, everything's great.
And you finished school.
I finished school. I got a new boyfriend. That's awesome.
Amazing.
Everything's really falling into place.
She is kind of living the life.
I'm kind of
She doesn't
peaking.
own
Not gonna lie.
a single debit, credit, or any other card. She just
I have a
rolls
debit
with
card.
us or her
I do.
boyfriend and says, "I don't keep cards on me." So come on.
So there
That
you
is
go.
not true. I am
It's
a
true.
client of Chase Bank
There you go.
with my debit cards.
She can withdraw
Okay, that's
cash
new.
if she needs
That's
to.
new.
I can withdraw
Yes.
if I need to.
Yeah. And also potentially overdraw.
Yeah, she only overdraws.
Very often so. Yes.
Potentially overdraw. But we've all been there, and that's probably been the most fun early stages of everyone's young life in New York City. I think they have those memories
It
of being
is.
like, will I be able to pay for my drinks at the bar
Totally.
tonight? Question
So
mark.
rush.
I mean,
Yeah.
we were shopping
I
the
put-
other day and my card declined. I was
Yeah.
like, one day I'm going to look back and laugh.
Yeah.
And I'm like super rich. And I'm like, I hope that happens.
Yeah, there you go,
course.
manifest.
Yeah,
You gotta
thanks to me, it probably will.
Yeah.
I used to put like all of my rents on. I didn't know how credit cards worked when I dropped out of Tulane and moved to the city. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have a $12,000 free money card. Like, this is amazing. I put so many rents on it, physically lost the card.
Yep.
And then forgot it existed. And then like 2 years ago, it popped back up and was like triple. But then what happened was crazy. I got so lucky. I don't know how this happened. I got a letter from the bank that was like, oh, like during COVID, like, do you want us to like forgive this and your credit score might drop or you can pay it? And I was like, forgive it?
Yeah.
And they did. And then my credit
Sounds like
score went
I-
up.
I mean, it's
I don't
wild.
even know how. I was like, that's amazing.
Like, so I
Got
would like
lucky.
that forgiven. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Is it
it's like-
that easy?
I picked the
It's
first
not.
one.
I
Not
totally
pay it?
missed that bus, but
Right.
Yeah.
You're like, wow, I got totally
so I was
got
like, you're
ahead of
so
this.
broke. I'm like, you were just forgiven.
Yeah.
Hundreds of thousands.
That was 12K, by the way.
12.
Oh, well, it was great. You guys, Brooks, you guys are actually everyone is co-hosting today, which is the whole panel that we're going to go through a bunch of our topics. I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see what you guys are tuned into right now because, like you said, you are filming your own show. So I
Yes.
wonder if, you have to get inspiration anywhere.
Oh,
So
yes.
we'll run through some topics. But before we do all that, you are all living together now.
Yeah,
How
you've
is
gotta
that
come
going?
over.
It's
Yeah.
so crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
4
honestly,
sisters.
4 girls, 1
It's
apartment, 1 dream, the whole thing. And we're all living in Soho. It's honestly a dream come true. And I think not to be weird, but it's sentimental. But when we grew up in Louisiana, we grew up in like a small house. We all shared rooms. And so it kind of brings us back to like our childhood. And then, of course, they lost me to fighting the good fight, trying to get married or whatever, and that didn't work out. So I'm like back to square one.
It was a long 3 years without you.
Right.
Moving in. And so, it was kind of like funny when I had to move back in with them. And there's pros and cons, of course.
Yes. So
I think
first
there's
thing,
more
and this-
pros.
Yeah. And now you get single Brooks back, which is what how would you describe it?
I mean, I think
Careful.
it's been the most entertaining thing of all of our lives.
Yeah.
Especially because you wouldn't think it, but Brooks is actually so awkward and nervous around boys, and her flirting style is so unique and weird that we literally have so much fun with it. And it's cute. Like just the way you reply to text or the way you'll
There you go.
talk to guys that you like. We're like, what the hell? We thought you were this
It's pretty
super
much worked
hot,
out nicely, like with
like,
Yeah.
kind of like Playboy, but a girl. But then she is just so damn awkward, and it's really hilarious. But you have to remember that she
You're
got
fired, by
married
the way.
so young to her very first boyfriend.
Yeah.
So she wasn't really ever in her young 20s dating in New York.
Yeah.
Which is such
I never dated at all. Actually, my
You never
ex-husband was my
dated.
first date
Yeah.
Oh
of my life.
God.
I was
Yeah.
18. So like
Yeah.
I never been on a proper like dinner date.
Right.
And then we got married and I wasn't with anyone else until 27 when we broke up.
But it's
so.
cute. She'll be like, should I just reply this? And we're like, oh my God, no.
Yeah.
Like you're sending a paragraph. And he said
I don't
hi.
send paragraphs, Grace Ann.
Okay, what kind of like do we send emojis or no emojis?
I do a million emojis, a million exclamation marks because that's just how I am.
Yeah.
And they're like, 1 exclamation mark is enough. And I'm like, is it that serious? Wait till you see what I'm sending next.
Right.
Just kidding.
We do a lot of emoticons.
Okay,
which some
okay.
people think are outdated, but I'm a
Oh.
big fan of the smiley face that's a colon parenthesis
Yeah.
or the heart.
I don't even know what that means.
See,
It's like the
that's
old
like
school emoticons.
that's coming back.
Is
That's
it?
not
Okay.
just
I think
using
they're
emoji.
so endearing.
And it's just like sending an actual smiley face. Although recently we were really making fun of one of my friends for using it also like on a dating app. Like, and we're like,
Oh,
why
God.
are you stop sending him smiley faces? You don't know him.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. That's what I do.
I mean, I do it so much.
I do too, but you have
Yeah.
a boyfriend, so it's different.
yeah.
God,
smiley
yeah.
faces
It's
all the
interesting
time.
having the damn Nader peanut gallery around 24/7. I can't get away with one thing. If I miss a period, so much as
Yep.
miss a period, they're all in my room going, you should take a test. You're 1 day late. I'm like, no, like get out of my bathroom. Like just because there's heated floors, they all congregate in my bathroom. They lay on it, they sit on it, they gossip on it. They know everything I do at all times. I feel like I'm in a conservatorship with them.
Oh my
I think
Yeah, well-
that we feel that way about
Yeah.
you.
Okay, well,
Well,
move
there
out.
you go. There you go. When your mom comes to visit, is she just sitting in a chair listening to you guys like go off and can even contribute to the conversation with you guys?
My mom loves to help us out and feel needed, I think, which is so sweet. So every time she's here, she's like, let me do the laundry or the dishes or fold your clothes. And we're like, you don't have to do that. We
Yeah.
can all hang out.
Yep.
But I realized that her tactic is to be doing dishes or folding laundry and listen in on the conversation.
She's a gossiper.
Because she doesn't want to
Well,
contribute,
she just
but
likes
she
to
wants
gossip
to know
with the rest of us.
everything.
For instance, I landed this morning back from a David Yarrow shoot. It was like Wolf of Wall Street themed in Miami, and my dad works in finance, and so they're like, can he be one of the bankers, like in
Yeah.
the background on the trading floor? He was so excited. He crushed his first modeling gig. I was so proud of him. My mom was there. Then we go to lunch after, and they're like, so what's going on with the other girls? We feel that they're a little mentally unstable and unwell. I go, how do you feel that way? And they go, just by looking at him. Look at him. And I was like, oh, okay. And then they were going, and Sarah Jane's like, just tell us the tea. Like, who's she hooking up with? We heard this story. We heard that story. And sometimes I'll give them
a lot.
I do give them a lot.
That's
too.
probably why they think that, because I recently spoke to mom and she was like, what's new? And I was like, well, nothing with me. Sarah Jane had a date last night, and I just spill everything.
That is, I think, the most sibling thing. Like when a parent checks in, you're like, I really don't want to tell you anything about my life, but let me tell you everything about my
bitch
sibling.
is doing. Yeah, exactly.
You're like, well, did you hear what happened to her?
Yeah.
Like
sipping my tea, none of my business, but
I know you called to ask about me, but I got something way more interesting. How do they feel about the reality TV journey? Are they pumped for it?
They're so like, listen, they're like from South Louisiana. They met at church. They like waited till marriage to have sex. They're so wholesome and sweet and like opposite of us. So it's kind of like a sick joke that my parents had, the four of us. So they're like, y'all are so crazy, like being on TV and stuff. Yeah. And they didn't know what to expect. Yeah. And then, we went down to Louisiana and we filmed a lot with them. And like, honestly, I'm like, they're the stars of the show. No one's gonna watch this for us. They're so funny unintentionally. And like you said, it's just chaos ensues. And then my parents are sitting there like with the train wreck, like, what the fuck did we do wrong? And I'm like, you did everything right. We're good girls.
No,
they're the sweetest.
And we have joked about it before when talking about your dad. They're going to go crazy for him on TV.
I mean, he's the star of the show. It's
people love him. And he loves himself. He literally goes, in Baton Rouge the other night, he goes, we were at the beer garden and this group of girls came up to us. They go, are you Brooks's dad, Bro Nader? He goes, I mean, we're basically getting papped. He goes, I'm not even kidding you. We're basically getting papped. I go, oh my God, one person came up to you. He loves it. He loves it.
Oh, well, just wait. It's just the beginning, I think, for him. Yeah. He has no idea. Oh my God, it's gonna be so good. They don't make it easy to buy concert tickets these days. You got to sign up for the pre-sale, get in the queue, and by the time you get through, the best seats are gone. Going to a concert should be about the show itself, not waiting in a virtual line. Lucky for us, we have Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. Game Time makes getting tickets faster and easier. Prices on the app actually go down the closer it gets to showtime. I've been looking at so many shows. You guys know I've named them: Jonas Brothers, Gracie Abrams, Beyonce, Lady Gaga. Plus, there's some great playoff sports happening right now. Basketball, hockey, maybe your favorite team is playing. You want to try and last minute get to a game? Check out the seats on Game Time. You can see amazing deals for great seats. So what are you waiting for? It is time to buy those tickets now with Game Time. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHICKS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHICKS for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? Game Time. I love watching and seeing where you guys are, because I feel like it's always on the move, on the go, on a plane, at a party, at an event. Like, do you ever rest? Ever?
She rests a lot.
The other night,
she gets all 8 hours plus.
I've become a big proponent of sleep lately, and
sleep is important.
Yeah,
sleep is important. Grace,
never met her.
Which
I
is
don't
very
know. Does Brooke sleep? I feel like she sleeps standing up.
I do,
and I always tell her, I'm like, you need to prioritize your sleep because you'll just be better at everything all the time.
Yeah. I'm great at everything.
Brooks never rests, but sometimes she goes until she crashes and burns, and that happened last week when we were all about to go for a night out. She had a little crash moment, so we had to cancel all of our plans. And I was like, this is where it comes in handy to have some stamina and sleep every other night.
Well, Gracie Ann, sometimes I don't have a choice because I'm actually a hustler.
I know that. But I'm just saying.
You sauna, cold plunge, sleep, spa, this must be nice.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're constantly on a plane, Brooks.
Yeah, I know, I am.
What are your like plane secrets? You must have some tips, because I feel like you look amazing and you're coming on and off a plane all the time.
I don't really have any tips. I have I've been doing a lot this week, like 4 times to and from Miami for work and back. Yeah. And so there's no lie flats or anything. So I have trained myself to be able to just fall asleep sitting up like this. And I have this mask called the drowsy mask. Have you heard of it?
No.
It takes up your whole entire face. It's completely blackout.
Oh,
I do that. A little half a Xanax. Yep. And a big glass of wine.
That's the cocktail.
That's it.
Secret.
And then I'm dead to the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically it. I'll do a little sheet mask and LED mask. I do all the crazy shit on planes because I look so dry and crusty when I get off of flights.
Yeah. Never. You always look great.
Oh, yeah. Okay. She wants something.
That's what she's vying for.
Yeah, she does.
Buttering her up.
What has post Dancing with the Stars life been like for you? Because it was kind of a massive moment.
I mean, honestly, life got better after. I mean, Dancing with the Stars was such a great experience. And, you know, there's many emotions that I went throughout the season and post-season. And, you know, like you said, we're filming our own show, which is so fun and so exciting and something we dreamt about for a long time. So there's like highs and lows of it all. But, you know, it's moving and shaking. Things are really busy and great. But, I mean, I don't even have
Are we leaving it all in the past?
Like being on Dancing with the Stars?
Yeah, and everything that came with it?
Yeah. So we're definitely leaving it all in the past. I mean, definitely like I'm not gonna go on Dancing with the Stars again.
Yeah.
Obviously. Maybe one of the girls they wanna go on, so we'll see what happens there. I probably won't be back in the ballroom to watch them, but I'll watch on TV and support, of course. It's a great show.
Yeah.
And then in terms of my Twinkle Toes partner, he's you know.
So a big debate, and you know, Rhea and I talked about it a couple times, I will say, was like, is this real?
So that's the crazy part, Fran. People ask me that every day. They're like, it was a joke, right?
Yeah.
Why are you sad that you and your fake boyfriend broke up? I'm like, actually, it wasn't.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part.
That's the joke of it all, really.
It's really like, listen, everyone has certain bits in life and whatever. I think what really happened, if I'm going to be totally honest, is like, day one, I was like, ooh, he's hot. And even whenever I was like, Dina Katz, who runs Dancing with the Stars, called and was like, okay, who's your ideal partner?
Yeah.
And I said this, you can quote me, I said, I want the hottest, douchiest guy. I said, I do. I'm newly divorced. I'm in Europe on a boat. Give me the douchiest, hottest. And she goes,
we got him.
Got the guy.
We got him. Yeah.
And I should have known that.
Douchiest hottest in the world.
As a Dancing with the Stars super fan, which you know I've told you before, like, I was like, every season, that is kind of what he gets.
That's the bit.
So. Yeah.
And so like day one when I met him, I was like, oh, this is perfect. This isn't going to go anywhere serious. Like, I know exactly what I'm going to do here. And it's going to be like a bit. Day one. Day two, I was like in love and like it wasn't a bit anymore. And I was actually really, really into him. And so, and I think it's hard because like my sister said, I'm not familiar with all these like dating terms, like love bombing, it's all new to me because I haven't dated. I've only been married. So when certain things would happen throughout the season, they would be like, that's a huge red flag. And I'm like, but is it?
Right,
it's
right,
so nice.
right.
And they're like, it's called love bombing or this or that. So I think I was kind of, and also not to mention I was like with him 8 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
And we were working out a lot.
Yeah, I mean, there's also the interesting dynamic of when, as a sister especially, you watch your sisters go through relationships, and when things happen that are a red flag or that are kind of weird or huge red flags that you're like, whoa, no, you're still working with him every single day, and you're still like, you have to maintain a good relationship, especially with something like dancing together, to, you know, give it your best shot and not screw up the relationship and get eliminated immediately.
Yeah.
You know, but that said, I think day one when the sisters met Gleb, we all were like, oh, god damn, this is going to be a headache and a whirlwind, and this might go on for months and months and months. And as for the whole, is this fake or showmance or whatever, I can tell you firsthand, every time I visited Brooks's trailer, the trailer was shaking every single time. And I was like, I would never wanted to go in there. I was always knocking.
Damn,
he was always at our house. It was just a lot. And so I think it was very real.
Yeah, the trailer thing was probably why we didn't win. But like, it's like, you know, what's a girl to do? I was newly single.
Wait, you want to know the funniest thing? So
I'm scared.
No, it's actually very funny. On as you guys are doing the show, and people were like, the dances are like, it's just a show, blah, blah, blah. Everyone's like has their strong opinion.
Yeah, people hated me.
My sister made a TikTok that was like, you know what? You guys all just hate them because they're hot, but they're good, and I'm rooting for them.
Her.
And then you saw it and you reposted it on your Instagram story.
Wait,
and
stop.
I was like, oh my god! I was like, it's literally
wait, oh my god!
I was like, it's literally Gia's video.
Wait, yes, I love
so
her.
Funny
because you know what? It's so pathetic and sad, but it was all negative. Slut, whore, this bitch, she's whatever.
No, it was.
And then when there was always one needle in a haystack, I'd be like, repost, thank you.
And that was Gia being like, you know what? You're all just jealous because they're so hot.
I love her. I remember seeing that and being like, she nailed it. Just kidding. I was like, thank you.
No, it was so good. It was so good.
Oh
so
my
now,
God.
I mean, okay, we're leaving it all in the past. We're moving on, which is why I feel like watching you guys do a show now all together is so genius. Brie and I have been saying it for forever that as soon as the first time I hung out with like all of you guys together, or even just I've gotten the sisters in like bits and pieces.
You've got
I've been
solo
like
moments.
Exactly. I'm like, okay, you're all so amazing, so funny, so cute. I'm like, Mary Holland's a
Little
precious
nerd.
angel.
Yeah, precious
I'm
angel
like,
nerd. I
oh
know.
my
The only
God.
precious angel.
She met my parents and my mom was like, how do we get her to fall in love with JJ, my
totally,
brother?
because-
Like, they were like,
yeah. Oh my
how
God.
do we get her? She's so great.
We can cast a spell on her.
I
We have
know.
a whole witchery
No,
thing.
Everyone
It
wants
is.
to marry Mary Holland.
She's
Literally
marriage
everyone
material.
wants to marry
Yeah.
her. She's
Yep.
so wifeable.
Yep.
I want to marry her.
Yep.
Yeah, we are married to her.
So when you guys like at night now, who's you have your boyfriend?
Yes.
Are you the only one in a relationship right now?
Mary Holland is in a relationship
With a British guy. I know.
breaking hearts left
But
and right.
listen, never, nothing's.
I
Right,
never
right,
say
right.
never.
Yeah.
No.
Never say never. I mean, my parents don't like that I say this, but it's not good to say. I'm like, and my mom's like, well, once you get married, and I'm like, I mean, what if you don't like him? And I'm like,
Right.
you can get divorced. My mom's like, no, you can't. It's a sin. I'm not going to do
I know,
it
but
again.
like now it's like now you already did it. You know, it's like
so easy. I know. I was
You already
like,
broke the ice there.
yeah, I already kind of broke the
right,
ice. So it's
right.
like,
Oh my God, wait. Okay, British. So let's go back. I everyone loves a British accent. So now I need to know more about this guy. Where'd he come from?
where did he come from?
The
Cotswolds.
Cotswolds.
How do you-
They call it the Cotswolds.
I don't even know what it is.
Cotswolds.
Yeah, the
He's from
Catwells.
the Cotswolds.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's British. Interestingly enough, the latest is that he's invited my parents to Wimbledon with him and Mary Holland. I'm wondering if they're going to have a parents meeting moment.
Well,
His
that's
parents and
pretty
our parents.
serious.
That is
Because that feels super serious.
So
Wimbledon is so posh.
I mean,
too,
Wimbledon
you know?
with the
So
gold is
posh,
pretty
and like the
posh.
Beverly Hillbillies are so excited to see everything in London. They've never been, to London before. My parents, that's crazy. I didn't really know that. I'm always a little skeptical of all my sister's boyfriends. I think he's so nice and kind and amazing, and sweet. Sometimes I get a little confused with British guys because it's like, am I just enamored or?
Yep, 100%.
When you're
Like,
being
is
a
it the
douche, it sounds
accent?
sweeter,
Right? Is it like when you're like making fun of me? Is it actually nice, or are you
being
really like making
condescending?
fun of me?
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think time will tell. I hope that I get a warning before something crazy goes down if their parents are going to meet, but you're saying making that up.
I don't know if the parents are meeting, but
You just said
it would
that.
be weird if it would be weird if he invited my parents
Yeah.
to London and they didn't meet. I think
I don't think
that's
it
he's
would.
also super religious. He's very Christian, so I feel like this guy's getting on one
How
knee
long?
soon.
How long have they been together?
maybe a year.
No, 9 months.
Okay.
See,
okay.
that's the thing.
That feels
Yeah.
like appropriate age, like parents meeting.
But she
age,
falls so hard
appropriate
so
time
fast.
for parents to meet.
I don't
Right.
trust it. Only because she falls so hard so fast, and it's
Yeah.
like he's the one. She's like a serial dater.
Oh yeah. So honestly, 9 months is maybe long for the parents to meet in her book. Then
Yeah, it is. And he
Like-
took forever to say "I love you," which pissed her off.
Kind of confused all of us. She's
Yeah.
like, he hasn't said I love you. I was like, oh my god, dude.
And she's so
You need
sweet.
to
Like
really
it
think
was so
about this.
awkward. She would be like,
I would think guys would be saying it like 3 days in.
I mean, if you don't tell
Gleb
me,
did.
month
Yeah,
three,
yeah.
I'm like,
it's like, but I didn't get the last laugh on that one. So
Well,
not a good example.
right. So maybe you should wait.
Maybe
this
actually,
is
you
the
know
right
what?
way.
I don't love me. Don't tell me you love me.
Maybe this is the
Let's
right way.
go
then.
opposite next time. Be mean to me, and I will be obsessed with you. Yeah,
exactly.
we'll see what happens with those two.
I'm a big fan. I mean, she seems super happy. She also dives really headfirst into relationships.
That's the
and
only
it gets
hesitation
really
I have. It's not as much
serious.
him; it's her.
Yeah,
she's the
yeah.
problem.
All right. Well, fingers crossed for her.
We hope it
Yeah.
all goes well. You know, best of luck.
Saying it like it's her worst enemy. Best of luck to you. Okay. Well, let's hope it works out.
No, I want it to work out so bad.
Okay.
I do.
Say it with your chest.
act
I
like
want
you
it to
mean
work
it.
out.
I'm pro man.
No, I like,
Jules.
really want it to work out. I
Oh,
guess.
yeah. The funny, interesting thing about him as well is that he is a lord. He has a lord
Okay.
title.
He's
so
a
he's
lord.
friends with like
So the poshness
The
keeps
prince
going.
and yeah.
Harry
yeah.
and Meghan and
Yeah.
all that gang. So
But I'm
he's-
like, when we go to a restaurant, do
Is
you
he-
have
is
to
he
say
also
the
older?
reservations for Lord Jules?
yeah, he's like 40. I think 39, 40.
He's 38.
Okay.
He's Harry's age. They were in the same grade in school.
Oh my gosh, you ladies and your older men.
Older lords. Yeah, I had a prince face.
Love
too.
the royals.
I
You're,
did.
you know?
Yeah, we do love
How
a
do-
royal.
Why would you not?
What, you want me to be royal? Okay.
Yeah, why would you
I'm
not?
down.
Why would you not?
I'm down.
So-
down
Oh my
to be the
God.
queen.
I can't wait. Like, you know what? This is like a tough. I can't wait to tell my brother this because he's gonna be like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me." I'm gonna go. Guess
Tell
what?
him not to hold out hope.
Guess what? She has a new boyfriend and he's a lord and he's friends with Prince Harry.
But it's okay. You know, I mean, you never know.
Yep.
Let's see what happens here.
Yeah.
So would she be a lady?
I guess she would be a lady.
Yeah.
I'm not calling her that.
Duchess. I
goddamn.
don't know.
Lady?
No way I'm
No,
calling her
Duchess
that.
is like higher up, I think.
I think
Duchess
Duchess is higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
'cause
ain't a
Meghan's
duchess, let me tell you.
She's a viscountess.
What the hell is that?
Maybe. I don't know.
I just know that he's a viscount.
That's a guy.
I don't know if
that's
that's
a
the
man,
same.
right?
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
a viscount's a
Yeah.
man.
A lady.
I just
don't even-
picture a guy with like a
I'm
top
trying to
hat
think
and
of
a
what
tail.
they call them on Bridgerton, and I can't.
Oh my God.
Remember,
Her
like-
being a little Bridget. That's so
Yeah.
her though.
That's
in a weird
so
way.
her.
So
It's
her.
so her.
Yeah. I want her kids to have British. Now I'm thinking about their kids to
I mean,
have
that would
British
be cute.
accents. That's
Okay,
cute.
now I'm even more pro Jules.
There
Okay,
you go.
fine. We like
They're
it.
Kids with British
if you
accents,
move,
I'm down.
If you move to the UK and have beautiful British children, then
We like
we're
it.
all,
And we
we're
can all
all
visit
okay
the
with it.
Cotswolds.
Yeah.
Cotswolds.
Cotswolds.
You should hear my parents say this. They go, "We're going to the camels." I go, "Camels?" They go, "The camels out in the." I go, "What the fuck is that?" They go, "The countryside." I go, "Oh, the Cotswolds." They go, "Yeah, I can't say it, but it's okay." I mean, learn that before you meet Jules' parents.
There you
How
go.
about that?
I
So
love
it'll
it.
be
It's gonna be
interesting.
so fun
We'll
to
keep
watch
you
them.
posted.
Yes.
I don't know her plan. It's kind of funny. Like, I feel like as we're filming, because I feel like you said, with reality TV, like I used to be such a junkie, like a reality TV junkie, but I haven't seen a lot of like young girls in New York City based shows, a lot of LA, a lot of, so it's like,
And they're all like real estate agents.
totally
Right.
So
Right. Yeah.
We're not
Yeah.
selling anything.
Yeah, right.
For
exactly.
ourselves.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
our
Well,
souls.
as you should. As you should.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of like, and we're from like, Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Yep.
And so there's like Swamp People meets Sex in the City and like everything that comes with it, like the Beverly Hillbillies of New York. It's pretty hilarious, even just in real time as it's all happening. And to us, it's not anything out of the ordinary because it's like, I've been in New York since I was 18 and my parents have visited me and slept in the apartment.
Yep.
And like everything that comes with that is just so, it's like comedic relief. So I think with all the highs and lows of like relationships, this and that, having us all living together is like, because all we can do is make fun, even when it's the darkest situation. We
That's
laugh.
all we do.
That's
Yeah.
what we do. That's how we cope.
No, that's how.
You know?
That's what you have to do, and I think that's so fun now that you guys are all doing it together. Like, when do sisters really ever get to say we lived together
I
in
know.
New York
Yeah.
doing that life? Like,
I know.
it's
Don't move
kind of
out.
the dream.
I
Kind of the
will
dream.
never move out. It really is serendipitous.
Yeah.
And especially I think that it kind of looks a certain way to girls back home or girls in the Midwest that
Yeah.
have this dream of moving to a big city, wearing better clothes and, getting into fashion or doing whatever. And then we're all doing that, but then at the same time we're so kind of silly and goofy and we kind of are clumsy and like little things happen.
You're
in serious
trashy
moments.
is what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Really
so
trashy.
it's kind of, it's just funny.
well,
Which I love.
to
I
see
am
into
too,
that.
by the way.
As you should, like, you have to keep that side
Yeah,
of you, or else then
right.
you're totally a sellout.
You're totally.
Exactly.
No, we are
Exactly.
always true to
Yeah.
our roots and ourselves. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
This is gonna sound like maybe a stupid question, but how did you end up being the only one with like not a double name?
So I have a double name, Brooks
Okay.
Claire.
Brooks
but when I
Claire,
moved
but-
to New York and I had like my first modeling casting, I was so nervous and I like went up, I think it was like Dior or something, like really scary. And of course they didn't book me. They were like, "Pah, she has boobs, fuck off." And so I like walked up and they were like, "What's your name?" And I was like, "Brooks Claire Nader." And they're like, "Which name is it, Brooks or Claire?" And I was like, "Brooks." And so I just picked one and stayed
Yeah.
in that lane. And then everyone was just like, "Too long, what's your name?" And then of course by the time they got here and I had built a little network, they're like, "Of course we'll accept the double names." So they didn't have to drop them.
Right.
I'm pretty adamant about mine. I'm
Yeah, you're like,
it's Grace Ann.
it's Grace Ann, yeah.
But Sarah Jane and Mary Holland will go by Sarah and Mary.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
I've heard sometimes they allow it.
No.
I'm
I've never
annoying
heard
and I'll stop
Yeah.
people and be like, it's Grace Ann.
that. Gamble.
Grace Ann has a good flow to it. I mean,
It's
they all
short
do,
enough.
really. They all do. But I can see Mary Holland maybe sometimes they're like, wait, what's
It's a
your middle
mouthful.
name?
And she also works at a bank, so people
Yeah.
were just like, I'm not calling you that.
yeah,
you know?
right.
What?
Good for her for keeping that job, huh?
Yeah.
I know. I mean, this one over here, don't talk to her about her job. What are you?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's very sketchy.
Is there a job?
No. Well,
I recently left my job at a nonprofit.
after 2 weeks.
Okay.
Not after 2 weeks. And
3.
so I'm in between right now. But,
That's what we're following along for.
Yeah,
That's what-
yeah,
exactly.
Because they-
Exactly.
It's maybe Brooks is going on some dates. Mary Holland's headed to with all that
The bank.
headed to the bank.
Yeah.
And
Grace Ann's job hunting.
Grace Ann's job hunting.
Yeah,
you know, That's
exactly.
That
what,
is true.
What's Sarah Jane up to?
Oh, what is
I
she
don't
not
even
up
know
to?
what
Yeah.
she's doing.
She's all over the map, that girl.
Well, being the youngest, I think you like. Do you think youngest gets the most excuses. Like they're
Absolutely.
She definitely can do whatever she wants.
A lot of excuses.
Yeah.
And she also just
No one
kind
really
of like
questions her.
thinks she's coming for my throne in a way. Like she's like, I'm the new bitch. I'm the hotter, younger version. And I'm like, now watch it. That's not true at all. You're also 5 years younger than me. But she likes to say it in like social settings, like in really dope,
She says
intimate
it a
groups.
lot.
And she's like, don't be mad. I'm the hotter, younger. And I'm like, you're grounded for that one.
Right,
That's
right,
not, that's no, I don't like
Right.
it. So we had to ground her recently a few times.
I mean, you guys are all in your 20s, so it's a crazy statement.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, yeah, this isn't right. None of it's right.
Yeah, exactly. Can't quite make that jump yet, I feel like. But have you guys been loving the buzz around the show and hearing about it and people being excited about it?
I mean,
you have some big
I love
names
it.
that are involved with you guys.
Yeah, we're really lucky and fortunate. Like we grew up obviously watching Jimmy Kimmel Live, and you know, like our parents are so obsessed, and he's so hilarious and provides such like, you know, I feel like in dark times in the world, he's the guy that like makes everybody laugh and like brings people together. So to have him, you know, as an executive producer is amazing. And then our team is great. Our producers have worked on amazing shows. One was on Kardashians for many years.
Yeah.
So they've done this before and they know exactly what they're doing. And also it's kind of crazy because, I mean, a lot of people are like, you know, oh my gosh, this is perfect timing. This whole Gleb thing blows up and then she gets a reality show. I'm like, no, this has been in the works for like multiple years. You don't just get a reality show. And one of our producers, Rachel, was with us like day one when we were doing a sizzle reel. And so she's seen us truly grow over the last 2-3 years and knows our story. So it helps so much to like have people that we're friends with that, you know us as individuals.
I remember like just hearing rumblings of a conversation from you guys like last summer, 2 summers
Maybe
ago.
2
So it's like,
summers
it's
ago.
Well
it's
before
like,
Dancing with the Stars.
Right. It's,
People think it's
I was going to say well before Dancing with the Stars. So it's so exciting that it's all happening.
We love that you're on it.
I know.
Yeah, guys,
This is
come
like
on.
you and your
This is
sister. I'm like, we all gotta hang out.
You are our redheaded sister. Our gorgeous, like you make me want to dye my hair that color.
It's a good color.
You could totally
Seriously,
this
it's
color.
stunning
could.
on
Thank
you.
Guys,
I
thanks.
just feel right at home, and look at you. You've upgraded. You have the
I know,
penthouse
the
now.
all
office
I
is so
need is
great.
to just go topless on your roof, and then
Let's go.
I'm
That's
anytime.
anytime.
Come over this week.
It's a requirement. We have like a no shirt, no shoes policy in our.
I'm down. I'm also pro nudity in the privacy of my own home. So
We are all
Yeah.
nudists.
yeah,
Full
it's great.
on.
Full blown.
It is great.
It is. It's true.
So yeah, I'll have to come over to the Soho.
Come on
spot.
over.
Please.
Come on over.
Please come
It's a
over.
really good old time over
Yeah,
there.
it seems like a
It's
fun
a party.
time. All right, we're gonna jump into some topics covering some pop culture stories that happened this weekend. We have the Real Housewives of New York, which is very long-standing show. They rebooted
many
it,
thoughts.
and now it was rumored to be canceled. But then Bravo was like, "Whoa, it's not canceled." But they didn't really give any more answers besides that. At the end of last week, it was the classic Friday, like 4 p.m. news dump.
What happened?
Taylor Swift is being subpoenaed in the Lively
Really?
Baldoni situation, and Taylor and Travis were in Philly for Mother's Day with the Kelce family. Billy Ray Cyrus and his family seem to have made amends.
Wow.
There's been a lot of family drama with the Cyruses. And Bill Belichick went to the Miss Maine pageant to support his girlfriend, Jordon Hudson. They've been in the news for
A while.
Did I
Yeah.
hear?
now after
Did
they
I
went
hear
viral.
something about her not being allowed to the stadium anymore? Is
You
that
did
fake
hear
news?
that. You did hear that. That was a rumor that was going around that UNC was like she can't be anywhere
Oh, I
near
saw that too.
the
Yeah.
facility. They did make a statement that said like she's welcome
Yeah.
at on campus and blah blah blah. But I don't
As a
really
student.
think they want her in the locker room.
Yeah.
perhaps.
Yeah.
So we can jump into that, but we'll kick it off first with the Real Housewives of New York. Use the A&F Vacation Shop as your travel outfit mood board. From swim to denim shorts to the perfect vacation dresses, Abercrombie is doing the packing for you. Their new mid-rise A-line denim short is the fit you're seeing all over TikTok. You cannot wait to try this trend. Plus, they have the amazing A&F Marina one-piece strapless bathing suit. Oh, it is so cute. I can't wait to get my hands on that. Gonna be wearing it all summer. I am wearing full Abercrombie right now. As always, I love an Abercrombie outfit. Got a really cute strapless top from Abercrombie, and then their low-rise baggy jeans. These are my favorite jeans, and they're such a great pair for summer once it starts to get a little bit warmer. They're a fun silhouette, and their denim shorts, so good. Just got a pair of white denim shorts ready to kick off summer. If you're listening on May 12th, it's the last day for Abercrombie shorts and swim sale. Get 30% off all shorts and swim before it ends. Excludes clearance. Online price reflects discount. Use code AFCHICKS to get an additional 15% off almost everything at checkout from May 8th to May 12th. Offer valid in U.S. and Canada. Exclusions apply. See details online. Have you guys ever watched RHONY?
I am an OG Real Housewives of New York, Ramona, Sonia, Luann.
Yeah.
Those girls, I think, are
Definitely.
like prime reality TV.
Yeah.
Of all the housewives,
totally.
I thought they were the best.
Yeah.
Truthfully.
They were so good. And then you know what? It's just like sometimes you do watch, but it's in the prime. It's so good. Towards the end, it was like, this is getting a little bit tough to watch.
Yeah.
You know? And like, how many times can you watch them
Sonia
just like
pee yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
you're like, oh no. And
Oh,
then
no.
and then they rebooted the show, whole new cast, and it seemed like a good idea. I personally really liked the first season. I watched it. The second season,
right,
got a little dark.
It did, right? There was some crazy fight that got really dark.
It got dark.
Yeah.
And I think maybe they didn't quite know how to move on from that, because last week Bravo announced like, hey, all these shows are in production.
So they're
and
not
RHONY was
canceling.
not on the list.
Oh, okay. So it's
tea.
canceled.
Yeah, but they said it's not canceled.
Do you think they're
But it's
recasting
not
it?
on right now.
Do you think they're recasting
I think they're
it?
yeah.
They
I
must
think
be, no?
they've got to be making some changes, having a few additions or something to change the mix.
I think that maybe they'll keep a few of them, but I think they're going to have to give it a little bit of a lift. They definitely tried to go younger, which makes a lot of sense.
It's kind of funny because I mean, not that I have any position to say anything, but aren't none of them actually married for the most part?
Some
Lots
of them,
singles, which I love.
there was a couple. I'm saying Jessel's married, Aaron's married, 1, 2, couple, 3, 4, maybe half married, half not.
Okay. I love the single bitches.
I
are
love
so
that
fun.
too. I think Brooke should be a housewife.
Babe, we have our own show. Stop.
Yeah.
I'm not a housewife. You act like a housewife, by the way. She's sauna, cold plunge, stays with the boyfriend. I'm the fun, cool, hot girl.
There you go.
Just saying.
That's like, it's like, hey, sometimes you watch these shows and you're like, yeah, no, they need to change it up. I think this was one that they needed to. And I
that's
think
perfect timing for our show.
Exactly.
New York.
Well, that's why I'm like, there's a void to fill.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Of like young people out and about in New York.
Yeah.
Because they do have it for so many other shows. And then even with Summer House, it's just them going out to the Hamptons. You don't really get to see as much
in the city,
New York life.
Right.
Yeah.
And even for them, it's like, okay, now
what's next?
Kyle Cook is 42 years old. It's like,
wait, how long has that show been on?
9 seasons.
I mean, when I was
season
in
9. I think
college-
it's season 9 right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's been the same cast, right?
No, it's
It's changed.
4 or 5 have been there for a while. Season 3 is when like Hannah and Paige DeSorbo joined.
Okay.
And Paige is still on it. And then they've had new people come in and out the last like few years, but they've kept some of the older. So it's a little bit of a funky dynamic now because they're trying to keep these older couples that are, Amanda's my age, but like her husband is, I think 10 years older than her. And Carl's, I think, just turned 40. So like they have these older, I say, like they're not old. They're just like older.
Yeah.
And then they try and cast like 24, 25, 26-year-olds to come
Interesting
in.
dynamic.
And that's like,
It
that's
is
tough in a
interesting.
summer house.
Yeah,
You're
that's
on different
rough.
pages.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
yeah.
I was obsessed, still am, love that show so much. In college, me and my girlfriends watched it every time it aired, whatever. All of my college friends are still so into it, and everyone wants to see Lindsay go on Real Housewives,
Yeah.
Who's
which I
Lindsay?
think would be so interesting and so good.
She's
Lindsay
well, she
Hubbard.
would really.
Yeah.
I don't watch
Really mix up
any
the
of those
crowd.
shows.
Yeah, and I think she will. I think they'll do something either surrounding her or like putting her into a scenario where there's other more like contemporary age appropriate, like, she just had a baby, so it's like,
And so she's living in the house with all these people with a baby and a husband and everything.
well, she hasn't brought the baby yet. She just had the baby, but they
that
are
would
going to
be
film a
wild.
new season this summer. So she was like, oh, I don't know how much I'll be involved / like staying in the house because, she does have a
That's
a
crazy.
Well, there's
baby
also
now.
like threesomes going on in the next room, and you can't really have a baby.
Exactly.
It's a lot going on.
They
there.
cast
that's
one
illegal.
new,
It sounds like
they cast one new guy this season that has like brought a girl or multiple girls home every weekend. This guy Emerald, he has brought multiple, and the girls are like not happy about it.
The girls that were featured,
Yeah,
they signed the waiver.
No, they're not seen at all. They're not. The other girls in the
house.
house are like, dude, every weekend.
Right.
Yeah,
It's a revolving door.
That part of the Hamptons I'm not into.
Yeah, revolving door, people.
Yeah.
Were
And that
you
really
ever
brought the
a part of
drama.
that rotation? I'm just kidding.
No, I was never involved in that rotation.
No, there you go.
To answer your question.
There you go. Okay, so it was a big weekend for Taylor Swift. You guys know a classic Friday news dump is like when you're trying to really get it. Hopefully it's forgotten as quickly as possible. So the news came out that she's being subpoenaed in the Blake Lively Justin Baldoni shitstorm that is their legal battle. But Taylor Swift must have, and she does, we know it, has like the best publicist.
Yeah, she does.
And right away, a statement came out that said, Taylor Swift never set foot on the set of this movie. She was not involved in any casting or creative decisions. She did not score the film. She never saw an edit or made any notes on the film. She did not even see It Ends With Us until weeks after its public release and was traveling around the globe during 2023 and 2024. The connection Taylor had to this film was permitting the use of one song. Given that her involvement was licensing a song for the film, which 19 other artists also did, this document subpoena is designed to use Taylor Swift's name to draw public interest by creating tabloid clickbait instead of focusing on the facts of the case.
I love that publicist
Damn,
so
what a
much.
statement.
So much. And it's so true.
Yep.
I would be so annoyed. I'm sorry, with my friend. I'd be like, why did you involve me in this?
I know, that's
just
been the
BS.
drama. It's like, are Taylor and Blake still
There's no chance.
friends?
I think that would end it for me.
Yeah, I would be like, why did you do that's so
Yeah.
I'd be
shiesty.
like, you've absolutely lost your marbles.
And she did refer to Taylor Swift as one of her dragons. I don't know if you guys saw that.
There was a
No.
text, right?
There was a text.
You don't want to go up against me
There was
and
a text.
Ryan
There's that she's referred to herself as Khaleesi.
No.
And she has
No.
her dragons, and
So
Taylor Swift was one
she's
of her
losing it.
dragons.
Okay, that's
Which
so
is, I think
like,
that alone, I'd be like, what the fuck?
That alone, don't refer to yourself as Khaleesi.
That's so
Literally,
bad.
That is so bad.
Yeah, so it's been tough. And Taylor Swift is the godparent of 3 of Blake and Ryan's kids. So I'm like, I don't know.
deep.
You kind of have to like try and work it out, I think.
I mean,
I think it's so embarrassing to be like, this is one of my dragons, and then that
Yeah,
statement
it's
come
like-
out, and she's like, no, I'm not. I don't have nothing to do with it.
And now they're like, hey, you may have to go to court for this
I would be
now.
so pissed if I had to appear in court. I would honestly. It's kind of like what's a good like when Kate Moss was in like the Johnny Depp trial, and she's like, "Hi, why am I here?" And then what's another example? Who was the other? Oh, the ski thing with
Gwyneth Paltrow.
That was so. She's like, I lost half a day of skiing.
Yeah.
Like, what is Taylor Swift going to lose
Like,
while
why-
she's sitting in this trial?
Right. She's like, there's literally no reason for me to be here. I did nothing. I have no involvement. I don't know.
That's a
him
great
or this.
statement by that publicist.
Right? Like, it's just like,
Wow.
Gave me goosebumps.
yeah, that's how you
good.
do it. And she also knows that that's how you do it, and that you do it on Friday at 3 p.m.
Love that. That is so
when
good.
everyone's already moving on. And then Taylor and Travis haven't been seen too much. They've sort of been laying low, people have said, but they were seen at a restaurant in Philadelphia for a little Mother's Day meal brunch. They were with Donna Kelce and Jason and Kylie, it seemed. And it's just so nice,
Sweet and
I
wholesome.
Love to see
I know,
that.
right?
I love that too. And then meanwhile, she's being subpoenaed. It's like,
Yeah, but
Enjoy-
she's got time to see her. Have you
Her
guys
man's
seen his
family.
hair recently?
I would love to see
no,
it.
I don't keep up with those two, but I want to get.
I want to
involved.
show you
Oh
that
my
picture.
God.
So this was them at lunch.
Let me see.
And he's got this. He's got a very long
Whoa.
hair. Do we like it? People are like skeptical on it. I kind of love it.
I'm into that.
Yes,
I
same.
like the
I
long
kinda
hair,
like
and
it
I like the
too.
facial hair.
Same.
Yeah,
I think it's hot. I think it looks good on him.
I know it's a good. I think it's pretty impressive that he can like go from having a buzz cut to have hair like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah,
I wonder
wish
what
I
it's
could do
taking.
that. Yeah,
pretty quickly.
He must be on
lot of
some
extensions.
Right? You're like, damn, his hair grows.
faster
He's
than
got great hair.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love to see
great
a little
hair.
off-season hairdo.
I know.
yeah,
so fun.
fashion moment.
What's like if you guys start dating somebody? So obviously she's now involved with the Kelces, and they're out doing family events and stuff. When's like the earliest you're like, okay, we can do family events?
I mean,
I started doing family events 3 months in.
Yeah.
yeah, they have
So-
her
That feels
boyfriend's family
appropriate.
has like a really close, fun dynamic, and they're always together.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
like
Which I
it's
think
like
is-
ours.
is
so
so
it's helpful.
important.
Yeah.
You know, it's much easier to jump into that dynamic if you come from a really tight family.
Yes.
Because you're like, of
definitely.
course we're going to spend every day with your family. What else would we do?
Yep.
You know?
I think that's why Taylor and Travis also work so well is because I think they do kind of have similar
family vibes,
family dynamics of like super close, one sibling.
Yeah.
Like close with their parents. Both their parents are divorced, but like I think they have similar.
Wow.
Yeah.
But they're always together, right?
Yep.
That's really sweet.
Like they get along really well.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I feel like they're definitely going to get married.
Yeah.
I hope so.
They will for sure.
Do you think she'll have a giant ring or something like
something?
I thought you were
modest
gonna say
and
a giant
classy. I bet you classy and vintage.
Yeah.
Like
She
the
won't
Queen of
just-
England's like old ring.
Right,
That's
right.
Yeah, something crazy. I see that for her.
something really cool like that.
Or
I
she'll
also
do something
could.
kind of rogue and get a sapphire or
Right.
some other crazy jewel. You know, I feel like that's kind of in these days.
Yeah, I could see that
I
for
could
her.
like see her doing like a Kate Middleton like emerald type thing.
Are you a
right?
huge Swiftie?
Or no, she's a sapphire, I think. I am.
You are,
I'm not
okay.
like my sister is nuts.
Really?
I love her. Big fan. I definitely would say I'm a Swiftie, but then there's like Swiftie.
Yeah, there's
You
like
know,
the cray
there's
craze.
like
yeah.
I was not a
Exactly.
Swiftie, and then I went to the concert in October, and I'm a Swiftie.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's such
I
a
mean,
good
she
performer.
It's
really
hard to
does it.
deny.
She's-
It's hard to deny
it
after
really
watching that
is.
show.
And when you
haven't
hear her
seen
music, you can't just get a little bit fired up or
Yeah.
feel something.
I
you
love
know?
her music. I do.
Yeah.
I like it. I don't like choose it if I'm on aux, but like
Yeah.
if I'm having a day,
If it
I'll
comes
do
on.
Yeah, if it comes on.
It comes on, you're happy about it,
Yeah.
which is all we can take.
Exactly.
You guys know it. If you see me or Rhea in a hat, you know we're wearing a 47 hat. I got my Eagles one in my hand right now. This is a great, just classic style. Love it. A good baseball hat. They're classic fit. Honestly, what's better than a good baseball hat? And 47 has the best hats. Such great quality. You're getting premium licensed headwear. And it's not just headwear. They have some great apparel as well. 47 has new drops launching constantly for your favorite leagues and teams. They are known for their headwear, but like I said, amazing apparel. Options available for your favorite league and favorite team with a variety of silhouettes to find your fit. I've got a classic style on right now, but I love the hitch style of the 47 hats. I think I have like every Eagles hat that they make in the hitch style. It is my favorite, my go-to anytime I'm headed out running errands on the pod, or one of those days where you're like, hey, hair is not cooperating, I need a hat. Or to elevate an outfit, sometimes the hat just takes the outfit to the next level. It's always going to be a 47 hat because they look the best. You can shop 47brand.com now and use code CITO for 20% off your purchase. Okay, I don't know if you guys have seen any of this. There's been a lot of Cyrus family drama.
I did see all of that.
Yeah, in the last maybe year or so, a quick summary I would say is it almost seemed like Billy Ray had married, I think, a younger girl.
Blonde woman,
yeah, and that just became a disaster. I think when they split, it was really bad, but I think he was kind of estranged from the kids during that, and the family, some of the kids were friends with Billy Ray, some went Tish, and then it was very divisive. It looked like they were picking sides. And then one of the sons, not that long ago, a few months ago, put out
I
a
saw that.
public thing being
saw that.
Dad, you're an
one with the
alcoholic.
tats?
Yeah,
That one?
they were you're in a bad shape.
Bold move.
Yeah, they were it's so bad that I've reverted, I have gone public because we can't behind closed doors help you.
Don't ever do that.
Yeah,
One of us.
right? It's that
Don't
reached a
make me do
level that
that.
it was so bad that they had to do that. And then last week, I guess Tish accidentally unfollowed Miley somehow.
People will just take any little thing, I guess. I mean,
yeah.
unfollowing your daughter, wasn't it an accident?
Apparently an accident. Miley never comments on stuff. Her social media is she uses for promo for her
She looks so
music.
good. I'm fucking obsessed with her lately. I can't get over it.
Brooks, wait until you see. I got to watch a preview of the visual album that she has coming out she has a whole new album coming out at the end of the month, but she did a full visual album for it. The fashion, her
outfits are
She's
insane.
just
the
the OG.
dancing,
The Aliyah.
the body.
She's
The
perfect.
Aliyah. Believe me,
Gucci
it's
and
all in
Aliyah,
there.
all of it.
It is unbelievable. I was gasping for air in the
She
in the
had
theater
a
watching it.
not that she didn't
She
wasn't
just
always
keeps
back,
getting
but why
better.
did she have this new rebrand? I don't know. It's so cool.
It seemed like she finally she did a little Q&A, and I had talked about it last week too, but she seems like she's in such a great spot. She's had this boyfriend now for a while now that I think has been great for her, and they have been working on music together, but she really doesn't comment on a lot of this stuff. And then she said I rarely comment on rumors, but my mom and I are too tight for anything to ever come between us. She's my best friend. Like a lot of moms, she doesn't know how to work her phone and somehow unfollowed me. Simple, coincidental, and uninteresting. My dad and I have had our challenges over the years. Now in my 30s, family is my priority above all else. I'm at peace knowing bridges have been built and time has done a lot of healing. Grateful for the good health and love that flows through my family.
That's a great statement.
That's great.
And Billy Ray is dating Elizabeth Hurley, which is insane to me. I'm sorry, someone made a comment that I thought was so funny. It's like kind of mean. Someone goes, does Elizabeth Hurley know that she's Elizabeth Hurley? Like does someone need to remind her?
I think like her last few boyfriends, I think she's had to be reminded of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, because
I
I'm
remember
like,
there's like a previous one that everyone was like, wait, how is this person?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, listen.
I mean, didn't Pete Davidson date Elizabeth Hurley for a second?
Probably.
Wow.
Oh no, it wasn't Elizabeth Hurley. It was
Kate Beckinsale.
Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah,
it was Kate
similar
Beckinsale.
vibes.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was Kate Beckinsale.
Wow.
I know. And then for Mother's Day, Billy Ray posted on his Instagram honoring mothers in his life. He talked about his own mom. And then he wrote, I'm so proud of Miley and her guts and her courage, her wisdom and strength to bring it when our family needed it most. We are so close to a full healing. We have all been through a lot. On this Mother's Day, I would like to testify a couple of facts. Still very much believe in the power of prayer and respectfully ask if you do also, and have an extra prayer for the Cyrus family. I humbly would accept. Ooh. So, and then he wrote a little thing about Tish. She said, Tish Cyrus was and is the very definition of a strong mother. Trust me, I'm the first to admit, being married to me was not easy. I'm very good at making mistakes, a very imperfect man. But thank goodness, somewhere along the line, my mama also taught me life is a series of adjustments. So just said full circle.
That's nice.
It's just nice.
I love to see it.
They're all
Cyruses
like
have
kumbayaing.
been
I love
a family that I feel like us and a lot of people have watched from childhood.
Yep.
Hannah
And
Montana.
they've always had
Yep.
such a family vibe, so I love to see it.
I know,
Especially
right?
in Hollywood where it's so hard to stay close.
And like, it really did seem that it's tough when it feels like some kids are team mom, some kids are team dad.
That must suck
then,
so badly.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
all the guys I date are like dads, and they have those not baby
I
mom,
do
ex-wife
only mean
dramas.
Gleb.
Yeah.
No, there's been people I've dated that have kids.
Yeah.
that's-
No,
it's
it's
just a
it's
thing.
hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard. And I mean, I said maybe Elizabeth Hurley's been a great influence on him. I would not have
I mean,
expected
that was
you
a
know?
great statement.
Yeah,
maybe so.
It's like maybe, and now he's got a full blown dating Elizabeth Hurley, which is wild. The last topic is Bill Belichick. He attended the Miss Maine pageant because Jordan was participating in the event.
How old is she?
She is 24.
Really? She gives the attitude of such an like not a 24-year-old. The way
Yeah,
she takes
that's-
control of those
I think
interviews
that's
and
the-
stuff.
Right.
Everyone's
That's
like,
the bit. Okay.
She must be an old soul.
Right? I know. I thought she was like 30, not
No.
based off looks, based off how she acts.
No, 24.
Okay.
She's only
Wow.
24, and she's making those business moves. Like, I don't know if you saw, but
The
right
houses
after
and stuff?
she was buying houses in Massachusetts, multiple. She's rented them out. She's a landlord. She's
Holy
like,
shit.
I mean,
you
that's
know?
crazy.
Wow. I mean, I
She's doing
love a
all the
hustler.
things.
Listen,
I respect
I
it.
know,
Do
so-
what you gotta do.
go off.
She did fall short of becoming Miss Maine. She placed third on Sunday. She came in second in the contest last year and came in third this year.
She's coming first in life, I guess.
I
If
know.
she's a real estate agent or
At
landlord.
what, I know, right? At what point though, like, I don't know, the pageant life, I don't really fully understand. Do you guys?
Brooks does.
I was gonna say,
Dan,
she
I hate
was-
you today.
Competed in Miss Teen Louisiana 20.
I was gonna say,
No, I didn't.
One of
That
you-
wasn't me. That
one
was
of
my
you-
alter ego.
And I
one of
will
you's
send the
bound to have
photos
been.
in.
I did
in
one
pageants.
pageant when I was 15, and you're so not. I don't like you anymore.
You
That's-
are. The
I thought-
photos have to be somewhere.
The
There
photos
is
exist.
photos.
Yeah.
There's a photo.
Exists.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
There's many photos.
Did you win?
No.
Top 16. She got in the
No,
top
that's
16.
nice to remember that, Grace Ann.
She was, and I remember the girl that beat her, and I was like, should have won. She's way prettier, way nicer.
Well, you know what, Gracie Ann, that's
I
enough.
still am heated about it. I just think you should have
She
won.
does still hate the girl who won, and I'm like, oh
There
my
you go.
god,
Yeah.
she has 4 kids and lives in Louisiana. Let her live. Like everyone, it all works out.
I can't. I'm hung up on it. I'm
Oh
just
my
like,
God.
she shouldn't have beat you.
But like,
It's
isn't that
ridiculous.
something that it's you do when you're 15, 16? I'm
Especially in the South.
24 years old. I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
want
I
to
mean-
insult like the pageant community. I'm
Right.
not familiar with
Yeah.
how that
Clearly, I'm not either because I didn't
goes.
win, so I don't really know much
Yeah.
about it.
So
It does seem kind of wild to me.
I know.
I feel like she's such an interesting gal. I get
She's
why.
so interesting.
I get why people are talking about her. I mean, like, isn't her type older guys though? I saw something about this is her ex, and he was also.
I mean, clearly.
apparently
Very old.
But I think it wasn't like as old as Bill.
Right. Yeah.
Bill's 73.
That's my grandpa's age.
When
but
you
no,
get into the
he's
65
70.
and older category, it's just a whole new level.
What's the number we're cutting it off at?
I think it's
You have a boyfriend that's like 28, so you have no room to talk.
Yeah.
So shut up.
But
Okay,
I think 65 plus
she's
is a
good.
new category where it's like, oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
I just feel
65
like
plus
there's
is
no
nuts.
reason because Brad Pitt's in his 60s. There's no, you can't really say or put a limit.
Is he in his 60s?
Yes, he's in his 60s.
60?
Christiane, he's
Brad
in his 60s.
Pitt is 60 maybe.
60 or 61 maybe.
He is
It's all about how you look.
61.
Yeah, 61.
I mean, he looks amazing.
So that's what I'm saying.
Gigi Hadid and Bradley Cooper are 20 years apart.
I love an age gap. I
think 20
only
is
do
fine.
age gaps. I don't think there's
But
any
like
limit.
any limit?
Well, okay, I think there's a limit.
I think 30,
my
40
dad's
years
rule
is
is
crazy.
I don't want to call your next husband sir. I don't want him to be. My dad's
Good
50.
rule.
So he goes,
Good
I don't
rule.
want your next guy to be older than me. I came really close. Actually, I had his age, exact age. So our new joke to my dad is we're like, we don't like your friends. Can we have your mentors? Because they're actually 60 and they're more our type. And he's like, this is such a disgusting joke.
poor father.
He goes, please don't
That's
let your
his
next husband be
guy's
older
nightmare.
than me. I don't think they'll be older than him. I like 40s, 50s.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind an age gap, but I do think you don't want your husband to be in a wheelchair at your kid's soccer game.
Exactly.
You know?
That's how I feel
Or
about it
you
too.
do.
No, you definitely don't. You definitely don't. I
Yeah.
think about it too. It's like, okay, then your kid also, not to be harsh, but your kid's like not gonna have a parent for that long.
Yeah.
both parents
totally.
for that
It is-
long.
it is true.
If you
Yeah.
do want to have kids,
Yeah,
right.
It's obviously different for everybody. Some people don't want to have kids. That's the case. Fine. And you're fine with dating somebody 40 years older than you are. Okay,
Is that
but
the gap between them? 40 years?
I mean,
50.
Yeah. It's.
Oh my God, it's 50, yeah.
I mean, that's
Wow.
crazy. It's also just like they've
She's
lived in such a
24.
different
He's
time.
73.
It's also like, think about it like this. My dad's 50. It'd be like his next girlfriend being born right now.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. Like
Yep.
being a baby.
I mean, that's insane.
That's really gross to me. I'm
Yep.
sorry, it is. But
it is.
But
When you
also,
think about
I
it
don't
from the
hate
other
on
side, when
age
you think
gaps.
about your parent, like when you're like, oh God, if
I
it was
know.
my dad.
Yeah.
Like I think
Ugh.
about
that's
his
weird.
kids being like, they must just be like, what the
How old are his kids? 50s?
40s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so
It's a
interesting.
grandpa, you know,
I mean, that's
like,
wild.
Right.
yeah.
Hoo la la.
I know.
To be dating someone that was partying in the 70s is like kind of crazy.
Right?
You know?
Right?
Times are
And
just
like
so
really
different.
just taking over his life in every aspect, like runs the business. I think they just
you
made
think
up
his kids are
Belichick
like-
Enterprises is now like a thing that she
my
runs.
God.
Are his kids like, whoa, 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 stop? Like,
Nothing has come out about it, but I can't imagine that they wouldn't.
Right, right.
You know,
I mean,
like,
yeah.
especially because they seem to be close enough. You know, this Bill was taking, the rumor was that he was taking this job at UNC because it was going to like open the door for his son to become the next coach at UNC. It was like a step. It was like, oh, we'll bring Bill here and then like his son can become the next coach. So they are close enough.
Right, right.
And that feels like I'm calling my dad being like,
What's
you're
going
not coming
on?
to Christmas. Like, what's
Right,
going on?
right.
Yeah, definitely.
You're
What's
out.
the situation
There's gotta
with
be
the-
checks and
with their
balances.
mother?
That's so true about what your dad said too. It's like, if you're bringing home somebody and he's like, oh, nice to meet you, Mr. Belichick.
No, literally, my dad was like, my only rule, like, please.
Yeah, I
But
can't
the
be
thing-
saying Mr. Like, we gotta be on a first name basis.
No. And he's like, the only thing is like prior to Gleb, like whoever I was saying, my dad, like they all get the same movie references, like, and they have the
Right.
same humor because like I don't get it, but they're shooting the shit, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, like whatever. So
Right. So
it
you like,
gives him a
you
buddy.
like an older guy.
I do.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
like that old.
I know,
but yeah.
no. I mean, I
don't like
a
a 20. I'm 28. I don't
Yeah.
like a 28-year-old guy.
Yeah,
Like
you
I
know.
just can't even take him seriously.
You like an older guy.
that's
I think
fair.
I'm the only one that doesn't prefer an older guy.
Yeah.
You
There you go.
just you're a whole different beast.
Yeah.
with your
Yeah.
type.
Well, there you go. And
Which
you
we
know
love.
what?
And
You
like,
got
not all
your-
frat
and you got
boys. I
your
mean-
person, and yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like
She's good.
yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
I feel you. Okay, I
But
feel you.
I think
She's
Yeah.
I think a lot of girls our age do like older guys these days.
My husband's 1 year older than me, so it's not like we're,
Age
we're the same
gap.
age. Yeah,
Age
we're literally the
gap.
same
Yeah.
age. So
Yeah.
that's so fair. But I just like once it gets to that point, too
Yeah,
old.
that's way too much for me. I
Yep.
couldn't do that one.
Yep,
I also
yep.
like at the end of the day, like I know so many girls and models or friends of mine or acquaintances that like this is gonna sound so harsh and mean, but they can date like a really old, really unattractive rich guy because that's just their MO.
Yeah.
I can't. I have to be attracted to the guy
Yeah.
I'm with. Hence why I dated Gleb.
Yeah.
I have to have like
shit.
someone that I'm attracted to. Like
Right,
There's
right.
no like I tried to be like, come on, you can do it, but nope, I just can't. I
Yeah.
have to actually like you.
There you go. I think that's so fair. Chicks in the Office is sponsored by BetterHelp. Mental health awareness is growing, but there's still progress to be made. 26% of Americans who participated in a recent survey say they have avoided seeking mental health support due to fear of judgment. When people hesitate to get help, it doesn't just affect them, it impacts families, workplaces, and entire communities. This Mental Health Awareness Month, let's encourage everyone to take care of their well-being and break the stigma. The world is better when people are healthy and happy. Therapy can be so great. It has so many amazing benefits. If you are nervous to try it, this is a great way to get into it and see if it is for you. But it's just so important to take care of your mental health. You go to the gym, you do this, you work out, you take care of your physical body. You got to take care of your mental state. And therapy can be so great to vent really about anything you want to talk about. BetterHelp has over 10 years of experience matching people with the right therapist from their diverse network of more than 30,000 licensed therapists with a wide range of specialties. We're all better with help. Visit BetterHelp.com/office to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/office. All right, we're going to wrap up, but I want to ask you guys if there are anything you've seen recently that you love, TV show, movies, anything that you've been watching that stuck out? I mean, I feel like, do you guys even watch TV? I know that sounds ridiculous.
I weirdly don't even have time and I'm too ADD to watch TV. But what I did
Do you watch movies on a plane?
No.
No,
I raw
nothing.
dog all flights.
Oh my God.
Don't even listen to music.
Nothing.
I really don't watch
How
TV
scary is
either.
that? I literally think the whole flight and I'm like, and I'm like in my notes and I'm like, it's so messed
It's
up.
such a serial
really
killer move.
Yep.
No, I literally sit there like
I'm
this.
on the plane and I'm thinking.
I just think I'm like, I have a lot to discuss with you up there. So we have conversations.
Grace Ann, Rod, you don't do that.
She doesn't.
I raw dog sometimes.
Okay.
But recently, this might be old news. Secret Life of Mormon Wives was just so good, and I'm just
Amazing.
obsessed
And it's
with
coming
them.
Did you
back.
watch it?
And,
Yes.
and
So
it's coming
good.
back, and we met them at the Hulu Unscripted House event, and they're so fun, so great. I want to hang out with them more than anything. That's kind
They're
of my
fucking
last,
epic.
like,
I
whoa,
love
this
them.
show's
They are.
amazing.
And they're so interesting too because it's like, in between the seasons, they just all got pregnant.
Oh, I know.
They're
Well,
like-
that was so funny. My dad at the Hulu house was like, I love the Mormon Wives. My dad got every goodie bag, the Kardashian goodie bag, this station, that station. He was loving it. And he goes, I love the Mormon Wives. And I go, oh, you talked to him? He goes, yeah, they don't look very Mormon though. I go, what do you mean? He goes, they're all pregnant. I go, well, they're married.
And
They
it's
can
like,
have sex.
Actually, that is the Mormon
Yeah,
wife,
and he
because
goes,
they
oh,
have
okay.
a lot of children.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They are knocking them out for big time.
Yeah.
It's so
and I love
true.
being
Yeah.
like, oh my God, we're literally the same age, and
Yep.
you're on kid number 4. This
Yep.
is just
Exactly.
crazy.
Get started, babe.
Well, you know what? You guys don't even need to be watching too much because everyone's gonna be watching you guys soon. So
Well, listen,
That's sweet.
we live in a reality show, so I'm like, I don't know if
Yeah.
I can continue to watch anything else because then I'll take on those problems mentally, and my
Right.
thinking plane time will just be so much harder than it already is.
Amazing.
There's already a lot going on in there.
amazing.
We can't wait for you to just be a part of it.
No, guys, I'm so excited. And by the way, great
so
name.
excited.
Really? You like
I
it?
love it.
Okay,
I love it.
good.
I think Love Thy Nader is great.
Amazing.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I know. I was excited to see what you guys were gonna do with it, name wise. Of course, but I think that's
There was
really
a few
fun.
different options.
Yeah,
I like the Naderhood instead of neighborhood.
I like
but,
Next
you know,
Door Naders.
Next Door Naders is good. Love Thy Nader. I
Lot of
don't know. Love Thy
options.
Nader flows really well.
It rolls off the
love
Yeah,
tongue.
it does. It
and
does.
in our little church background, like our little upbringing, it's like
yeah, they're
very
Love
holy.
that. Yeah,
Yep,
exactly.
yep.
Contrary to popular belief, we're Christian ladies. We are
just good Southern ladies.
good Southern Christian
Southern
girls.
ladies.
Southern ladies.
All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys, thank you so much.
we love you, Fran.
Thank you,
I love you.
Fran.
Thanks for coming on and being
you.
my co-host before Rhea comes back. Next episode, Rhea is back.
I can't wait to hear
Yay,
about the
I
honeymoon.
know.
I've
I know,
been
we all
stalking
gotta
it
hang.
online.
I know.
The wedding was
Gorgeous.
insane.
It looks
How amazing
so,
did she
so
look?
gorgeous.
She looked ridiculous. And her
Ridiculous.
dress, her makeup, her hair.
broke my feet.
Stupid.
Yep, I know.
I mean, so
really,
good.
just absolutely.
And you did
breathtaking.
too.
Thank you.
Like,
Thank
I mean, the
you.
chicks
The
are
most
married.
effortless
I know.
bride
It's crazy.
ever.
I know. I know.
So Fran, she always just pops up and is like, "Meh," and looks perfect.
I know. It's
You
like,
little
what
bitch.
the
We're
hell?
like,
thanks. Oh my God, that's so nice.
we have makeup cases, we have extensions.
Oh,
Fran's just a natural beauty.
Please, please, please.
We love you.
Love you guys so much. Thank you so much for coming on. And
Love you,
guys,
Fran.
come on. We're so excited
Yay.
for, to watch the rest of the journey and
Yeah.
catch you guys on Hulu very soon.
Tune in.
Yep.
Summer.
Amazing.
It's gonna
Thank you
be
guys.
good.
Love you,
Thank
Fran.
you.
Fran.